Coffee houses began popping up across London, Paris, and Vienna. In England, they were nicknamed penny universities. For the price of a penny, you could buy a cup of coffee and sit in on intellectual conversations covering science, politics, and business. Some historians even credit London's coffee houses with laying the groundwork for modern institutions like the Stock Exchange and Lloyd's of London insurance market. As demand exploded, European powers wanted their own coffee supply rather than relying on Yemen, and that's when things took a darker turn. The Dutch became the first to successfully smuggle coffee plants out of Yemen, cultivating them in colonies like Java in present-day Indonesia. The French followed, and coffee cultivation spread into the Caribbean and Latin America. One popular story tells of a French naval officer who carried a single coffee seedling across the Atlantic to Martinique, supposedly sharing his own water rations with the plant during a drought at sea to keep it alive. From that one seedling, an entire coffee empire allegedly took root across the Americas. By the 18th and 19th centuries, coffee plantations expanded rapidly across Brazil, Colombia, and Central America, often built on the backs of enslaved and exploited labor. Coffee wasn't just a drink anymore. It had become a global economic engine, tightly woven into the history of colonialism and trade. Coffee's history is full of curious details. Did you know the word coffee likely comes from the Arabic word kawa, or that Beethoven was famously obsessive about his coffee, reportedly insisting on exactly 60 beans per cup? But what's actually happening inside your body when you drink it? The magic ingredient is caffeine, a natural stimulant that blocks a chemical in your brain called adenosine, the one responsible for making you feel sleepy. With adenosine blocked, your brain ramps up alertness and your body releases a bit more adrenaline, giving you that familiar jolt of energy. Caffeine is so effective that it's the most widely consumed psychoactive substance on Earth. It affects nearly every organ system, which is part of why coffee has been studied more than almost any other food or drink in scientific history. Today, coffee isn't just a beverage, it's a massive global industry, supporting the livelihoods of over 100 million people across more than 70 countries. It's one of the most valuable agricultural exports in the world, and entire economies depend on its production. Culturally, coffee remains a ritual. Think about it. The Italian espresso bar, the Ethiopian coffee ceremony, the American coffee shop as office culture, the Turkish coffee reading traditions. Few substances have shaped so many different cultures in so many different ways while still being, fundamentally, the same plant. And in the business world, coffee shops themselves became cultural landmarks. Think about how a single coffee chain reshaped how millions of people think about third places, spaces that aren't home or work, but somewhere in between. So the next time you hold that cup of coffee in your hands, remember, you're not just drinking a beverage. You're holding a piece of history that traveled from Ethiopian forests to Yemeni ports, through Ottoman coffee houses and European salons, across oceans on colonial ships, all the way to your kitchen counter today. One bean, one legend about dancing goats, and an entire world forever changed. If you enjoyed this journey through coffee's hidden history, make sure to subscribe, because next time, we're uncovering the hidden origin of another everyday food that changed the world forever.